Linda Carol από τις Ηνωμένες Πολιτείες γεννήθηκε ως Ευτυχία στο χωριό Στράνομα έξω από την Ναυπάκτο και κατάφερε να βρει τους δικούς της μετά από πολλά χρόνια το 2017. Από τότε δημιούργησε το Eftychia Project.
I'm just one of about 4,000 Greek-born adoptees that were adopted to America in the Cold War decades of the 1950s and the 1960s. So my story is just representative of all of those because all of us have amazing stories and all of our stories are different yet they're all the same. We founded the Eftychia Project. And we named it the Eftychia Project, not because my name is Ευτυχία, but because of what Ευτυχία means. It means happiness. And so we wanted to bring happiness to the adoptees and to the families they were searching for. So the families began to call us, to contact us, the adoptees did. And so we assist and support them in their searches. Like we tell adoptees in America, things that they can do to help themselves, and then when we can get enough information, then here in Greece we can do some research here to see if we can possibly find where their families might be. Some people still think there's a stigma attached to this because many of us were born out of wedlock, exogamo. We didn't have a father that claimed us. So these women were unfortunately persecuted very badly by their own villages. My own mother was stoned by the people in the village when she was pregnant if she would come around because she didn't have a husband. Tia, πού είσαι? Γεια σου, Tia.
Πού είσαι, Ευτυχία?
Πού είσαι?
Ευχαριστώ.
Τι κάνεις?
Μπλέκω. Άμα είμαι καλά, θα φτιάσω και το γιο σου. Είχα πει κι άλλη φορά εγώ να τε ψάξουμε, αλλά κάτι εμπόδια δεν έψαξαμε. Μαρτυρικά. Χρόνια δύσκολα χρόνια. Εμείς ήμασταν μεγάλη οικογένεια, έφυγε ο πατέρας μας. Μας άφησε 4 κορίτσια και η μανούλα μου και ένας αδερφός μου. Καταλαβαίνεις, φτώχεια και ταλαιπωρία πολύ.
Η Λίντα Ευτυχία γεννήθηκε στις 12 Φεβρουαρίου 1958 στο χωριό Στράνομα Ναυπάκτου. Στις 30 Μαρτίου 1958 περνά το κατόφλι του βρεφοκομείου Αθηνών και της δίνουν τον αριθμό μητρώου 45064. 2 μήνες μετά, η μητέρα της, σύμφωνα με τα έγγραφα του βρεφοκομείου, έδωσε το OK για την υιοθεσία και το Σεπτέμβριο το ελληνικό δικαστήριο αποφασίζει να την δώσει για υιοθεσία στον James και την Doris Ruth Forrest στο Σαν Αντώνιο του Τέξας. Σύμφωνα με τα ελληνικά έγγραφα, έφυγε από την Ελλάδα για υιοθεσία με τη σύμφωνη γνώμη της μητέρας της και έφτασε στην Αμερική με μεταφρασμένο έγγραφο που την ανέφερε ως παιδί αγνώστων γονέων.
My parents were dear, sweet, kind, loving people. They gave me everything. They gave me unconditional love. They gave me an education. They always kept me safe. They were wonderful parents. And they were wonderful grandparents to my children who talk about them every day still. They both passed away, my father in 2015 and my mother in 2017. And as an only child, I was extremely close to both of them. It was very difficult when my mother passed away because I felt like I was alone again, like I was lost, like there wasn't anybody. All of my aunts and uncles had passed away before that. A lot of my cousins were older. I wasn't particularly close to all of them, maybe 2 or 3 on each side, and I felt all alone, essentially like an orphan again. And so I decided I wanted to search for my family, even in Greece, even though the only papers I had from the orphanage said that I was a foundling of unknown parents and that my name was Ευτυχία. The story my parents had been told by the lawyer was that I was a premature baby, that my mother died when I was born, And then I went from the hospital to the orphanage when I got out of the hospital. So I didn't really have much of anything. I had my plane ticket. I had my baby passport from Greece, the passport I came to America with. I had that paper from the orphanage and some photos of that day. Also, my father with his fourth sight and some friends together, they made a film of my arrival.
Το εισιτήριο ήταν από την πτήση 566 στις 8 Οκτωβρίου 1958, όπου μέσω Άμστερνταμ η Ευτυχία προσγειώνεται στις Ηνωμένες Πολιτείες και γίνεται θέμα και στις τοπικές εφημερίδες. Μαζί με την Ευτυχία, στην ίδια πτήση, είναι και η 7 μηνών Κωνσταντίνα που υιοθετήθηκε από την οικογένεια του Ray Clark.
And I didn't know where to start, so I typed into the computer Greek adoptions in the 1950s. And as I was reading through the comments, the 7th comment on the page was from a man who happened to be the son of the Greek priest who had helped my parents adopt me. So I sent the email, and the next day I got an answer. He gave me some information, and I was able through him to contact a lady who became my friend who spoke Greek, who helped me to get my records from the orphanage in Athens. About 6 weeks after I asked for the records, I received them. In the records was my mother's name. I had been entered into the orphanage as Eftychia My mother's name, Hariklia from the village of Stranoma, everything was in these documents. So apparently my mother didn't die in childbirth. She did not die when she had me, and she was hopefully possibly alive. So a few weeks later, we were able to get in contact with the president of the village, who turned out to be a second cousin of mine, in the village of Stranoma. And when my friend called, the village president said, as soon as she told what we wanted, that, we don't want anything. She just wants to know if they're siblings. We know the mother has died. And he said, what are you talking about? She's alive and kicking. And so after that, when she said who it was, she said that this lady was looking for her family. He said, oh my God, that must be Eftychia, her lost daughter, who's looking for her. So they knew me, they remembered me, they knew I was there and that I existed. And so that was just a thrilling thing for me that they remembered me, that I hadn't been forgotten. And so I think like a few hours later, he went to my mother's house with his wife, and they walked in, and they told her in the oddest, funniest way. They said, Hariklia, you've won the lottery. And she said, I won the lottery? How can that be? I haven't bought a ticket. They said, no, nevertheless, you won the biggest lottery of all. Your daughter, Ευτυχία, that was lost, is looking for you. And she fainted. And then after that, she told them, yes, she wanted to meet me and to see me and to know my children and my family. And a week later, my daughter and I were on an airplane to Greece to meet them all for the first time.
Πηδάκι μου!